Art is too important not to share. Welcome to the Allie and Callie Artcast.
Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Callie. Welcome to the Artcast.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome. My voice got really high. What happened? Hello, Allie.
You were lower earlier. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. There's like allergies or something in the air. I don't know. It's something getting me.
This is the first, the last couple of springs I have noticed that I am becoming sensitive to pollen, I think.
I've never had allergies.
Yeah.
But it's on my car every morning. The gold dust.
The gold dust. If only we could turn that into money.
If only. We wouldn't be doing this. We'd be on an island somewhere, right? Basking in the sun. No, we'd probably still do it.
We'd still do it.
But
on the island. On the island, drinking margaritas or something. Anyway, yeah. Oh, well, we've got a couple of great events coming up that we want to mention. Our friend Lorna Hamilton is a part of
Love, Joy, Harmony Incorporated.
That's right, is doing a big fundraiser for New Beginnings. And that's a veteran salute in song and story.
And New Beginnings is an organization, a nonprofit organization that helps
veterans families
when they need help.
Yeah, and in so many ways.
Yes.
And there's going to be a performance June 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th at 6:30 p.m. Hello. And June 7th and 8th at 2 p.m. at Lake City Playhouse.
Yes.
And that's all to benefit this wonderful organization. And general seating tickets are $15 at the door. Veterans are free.
Yes.
FREE, because they deserve it. There's going to be a lot of wonderful people performing and a part of it. You can get more information at 208-659-4228. Again, that information number is 208-659-4228. That's a veteran salute in song and story. Thank you to all our veterans out there, and make sure you get your tickets.
Yes, thank you for your service. You know, I was walking down the street the other day. I was walking the dogs. I usually have some song running through my head when I'm walking, which is really weird because I'll sing it the whole time I'm out there, and it's like, get that out of my head.
Yes.
But anyway, I ran into this man, and we were talking about the fact that there had been a crosswalk that had a button to push, but no little flashing lights.
Okay.
So I took pictures of it, and I sent an email to the city of Post Falls, and I said,
hey,
this doesn't make any sense. People are pushing the button and waiting, and none of the cars are stopping. And I saw a kid wait for a long time, and I almost got hit by a car there. And so they finally got around to fixing it, which is, yay, I actually did something for the community. I know, that made me feel really good.
Something for the good.
So I was basking in this glory as I'm walking my dogs, and I run into this guy who also had called the city on the same thing.
Oh, good.
And we were talking about it. As we are leaving, he says, thank you for your service. And I'm walking away going,
oh, well, kind of.
I don't know where you got the idea. But I was in service.
But that's still very nice. You did do a service.
I did a service.
For the community.
I know, but so did he. So it didn't make any sense that he said that.
Hey, speaking of community.
Yes, community.
We have a fellow here.
We do. We've had him here before.
Yeah, this, I believe, is his third time with us.
It is. He's working up to getting that gold jacket.
5-timer.
That's right.
He's working on it. We have Adam Schluter here, who's Hello from a Stranger. It was the first time we met him. He wrote a beautiful book and has photography with the stories behind each picture, and it's really beautiful. And he's become a really well-known member of the community, and we just want to say,
and started doing the Monday night dinners, and he's got more to tell us about that.
Welcome, Adam.
Yeah, thank you both so much for having me. Thank you for the third time of having me. You guys always help bring a lot of light, and you guys were at the first Monday night dinner last year, the first one we did with the city at the McEwen Park to support the library.
That's right.
I appreciate you guys being a part of this community
really
too.
Fun. It was fun. Yeah.
First of all, tell us a little bit about how the Monday night dinners got started, and then we want to hear what this new development is.
Yeah. I moved here, I don't know, people keep asking me, I don't know when exactly, it was about 8 or 9 years ago. I feel like it was 9 years ago. But I moved here as a part of a project with a company called Eureka to travel the whole Pacific Coast Highway and pick the best place to live. And I picked Coeur d'Alene. I moved here with a girl that we had been together for a few years, and we didn't know a single person in town because we literally just picked this driving through the country spontaneously. And then we had no money. We moved into this house that we're in right now, and then shortly after, she broke up with me. And so I was all alone in a new place where I didn't know a single person.
Right.
And two things. I had moved up from Mexico. I'd lived in Mexico for about 4 years before that. And in Mexico, third world countries, you always know your neighbors. Like, you're never alone. You can't be inside of just a house and be all alone. So I was used to this community and interacting with the people around me. And then I also grew up with a wonderful mom that raised us as kids, that when we were all growing and moving out of the house, she asked us to always come back on Mondays just to have dinner together as a family. No agenda, no reason. She would cook the food to keep in touch with each other. And it was every Monday, and she's still doing it. It's been like 30 years that she's been doing that. So I was just trying to, I'd never really been a social media person. I was feeling all alone. Then I went into the first winter time in the Northwest, and I was just really in a dark place and feeling very alone.
Which can be rough.
Really rough, yeah. And social media wasn't cutting it. Technology wasn't cutting it. I just wanted to see people. I wanted to talk to people. I had moved here for the community, a small town, and I thought, if I want to be a part of this town, I need to put myself out there and just go out. And I'm actually more of an introverted person, so it's just scary to do, but I just thought, swallow your pride, try it. I don't know, go out and just talk to people. And so Coeur d'Alene is just such wonderful people and such wonderful community that it was easy to just talk to people. And as I would talk to people more and more, we would have these genuine conversations. And in Mexico and third world countries, when you really meet someone, want to get to know them, you always invite them to have a meal with you. It's not just a quick thing. You want to actually get to know someone. So I thought, maybe I'll meet strangers and I'll just have a conversation. If there's a genuine connection, I'll invite them to have dinner at my house, inspired by my mom and everything else. And so that's what I did for a while, and did that for a few months. And I thought I was just a crazy, awkward, weird, introverted, goofy. I had no idea what I was saying, really excited about it, but always a little nervous. And I would invite people to have dinner at my house. And I literally was like, no one's going to show up. I'm the weird guy that's a stranger. And they probably think it's like a MLM meeting or something. I think it's like a timeshare meeting or something. I was like, no one's going to come. And we had no money. I was so broke and nothing. But 11 people came to the first Monday night dinner, and I was blown away. And we all sat around a crappy folding table. We had burnt mac and cheese and water. We had nothing. But everyone that sat around that table was like, I need this. This is what we were looking for. And this is pre-COVID. This is years and years ago. And so I was like, if you guys need this as much as I do, then let's just keep going. And and so this coming Monday on the 26th, we'll be having our 90th Monday night dinner.
90th? Wow, that gives me chills.
I love it.
Cool.
It's
and so we've been we used to do it for the first few years. We would do them all year long, every other Monday, because they were small enough that we could do them inside during the winter. But then once it got big enough, we could obviously only do them outside. So now it's every other Monday from Memorial Day till the end of October, as long as the weather holds up.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah, and still 100% community. We have never made a penny. We never care about making a penny with it.
You get sponsors to help you.
Now 100% sponsors are showing up. People are out of their own pocket. We're not a nonprofit. I cannot do it alone. I always say, this is not my party. This is not my event. This is all of our event. And so if we all want this to continue, we all have to play a part in it. And so everyone has to bring a side dish of food. And then really cool, after a few years, we decided to start doing music, so more introverted people could show up that didn't want to just have conversations. And so I asked everybody, hey, would you all pitch in $5 to go towards a band? And said yes. And then once it got bigger, I said, would you guys pitch in $10 to go? So we could give more to the local arts, and everyone said yes. And so now everyone suggested donations, $10. Some people throw in $100, some people throw in $0. Doesn't matter. There's no expectation. But 100% of every penny goes directly to the band so that we can support the local arts.
I love that.
It's really special.
I remember the one we went to last year. It was the high schoolers from Charter.
Oh, yeah.
And they were so good.
The little jazz.
They're so good.
Yeah, the hot club. They were cool. They were so cool.
They're like my favorite.
Yeah, that was super
They were my favorite.
They're so good.
I wish I was
Funny little story about that night. Yeah. So we brought tri-tip.
Yeah. Kevin's tri-tip.
And we wanted to make tri-tip sandwiches. And his tri-tip is amazing. But the meat was a little bit thick, and that inspired me for Christmas to get him a commercial grade meat slicer, and now he slices it really
Be careful what you're saying, because we're going to expect some more of that this
I
season.
know, that's why I'm bringing it up, because we'll be bringing that next time.
You're
Everybody
gonna have a lot
will
more
love it.
people coming out.
So
Yep.
good.
I'm making a plate first.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get some.
Anyway.
Yeah. So what are your neighbors? Do they love it?
My neighbors are cool.
That's
I'm
good.
very lucky. And
Yeah.
this is interesting. So this house was for sale for a long time, the house right on the right side of where the dinners are. And I was really concerned about it and I told everybody, like, hey, someone should just buy this house. And we thought about being a nonprofit, so maybe we could buy it. But was concerned, obviously, it's fair. If a family moves in, kids, little stuff, they don't want a few hundred people in the backyard.
Right.
But we just kind of rolled the dice, and a new couple moved in. I met them last week. They're awesome. They love the idea.
Yay.
Empty nesters, early 50s. They love live music. And we obviously try to be incredibly respectful. We cut off the music at an early time.
Right.
At the beginning of every season, I walk to everybody's house. I personally introduce myself. I give them my phone number. I tell them if there's anything, you can always talk to me. We were a community. We all want to work together in that. So this year, actually, we had to kind of move around how we do the dinner. And so we're doing the dinner behind the house now. And so I really wanted to get the blessing of all the neighbors also. And my neighbor on the other side volunteered her property so that we could do the dinners there. And so it's so cool. And what's even cooler, like, not all of them want to come to it, but they'll sit in their yard and they got beers and they're dancing to the music. It's so cool,
perfect.
and so it's just
that's good enough.
Yeah, it's like a neighborhood block party.
That's
perfect.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
So
the
you've
old
been
days.
doing that every other Monday, but now you've got an idea to do something on that alternate Monday.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, the one blessing and a curse of this is they've grown to such a large size that people really miss the intimacy of them, which I do too, of course, but we're never going to exclude anyone, or tell anyone they can't come.
Right.
So we've always been trying to think of two things. One, how to have a smaller concept of dinners with the same idea of strangers coming together and potluck, but also like Coeur d'Alene, who I love so much, like we're just always trying to bring in more art and culture into it. And it's like, what don't we have here? What do we need more of? And it's like, we need more theater, and we have great Lake City Playhouse, and the Croc is great. Aspire stand-up comedy. There's not much here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then we had a great guy, Sean Payne, that reached out to me personally and said, we want to do an improv show there. So he got me tickets, and I went and saw Levity Theatre.
Fun.
I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I have not seen that.
haven't.
I laughed like falling off my chair the whole time because it's just such a cool, unique idea. It's like, whose line is it anyway? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So fun.
And so different than the art that you find in Coeur d'Alene, So it's like, okay. But also murder mystery shows, all kinds of stuff like that. Salsa nights, it's just like stuff to be able to use a yard for that. So it's like, okay, what if we do dinner and a show? And so from 6 to 7:30, you have potluck, dinner with strangers, smaller, more intimate. And then from 7:30 to 9, you're now an engaged audience. So you're not talking anymore because the dinners, music is playing, but people are still talking.
Right.
But here's an engaged audience that
I love
allows
that.
us. And still the same thing, bring in, suggest a donation, bring a side dish, and then we get to donate that money to a local company, artists like Levity Theatre.
Perfect.
Just other people that are creating art in our community here.
Right.
Because we don't have enough spaces, and it's so great for performers to have another venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a captive audience that is maybe have never gone to an improv show.
Yeah.
Right.
How fun.
Yeah.
Or had
it sounds
salsa
like a
lessons.
blast.
I know.
And I got to say one last thing. My good friend Eric Woodward, who does Pivot in Spokane, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that incredible storytelling night. Really beautiful at the Cracker Building, Washington Cracker Building.
Ooh, we need to
and
do that.
I met up with him last week, and I said, give us Pivot in Coeur d'Alene, man. He said, of course. And so we're going to, each month also, one of them is going to be a storytelling night. So it's going to be like a TED Talk idea. And they curate it. He also does the TED Talks in Spokane also.
Oh, nice.
So they curate it. So you have this incredible 10 to 12-minute stories. And we're going to do that on stage also. To
Oh
bring a
my God,
storytelling
I
to Coeur
love
d'Alene.
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We need more storytelling.
I agree.
Storytelling is
It's an
vital
art.
to cultures.
I agree. Yeah.
Passing on traditions.
Of course.
and
And it's
customs.
beautiful and it's intimate and it's engaging. And I went around to local galleries here and local places and pitched them on the idea of doing a storytelling night, and I just couldn't get traction. So I was like, all right, we'll do it. Fine.
Okay.
So
Wow.
either way,
Wow.
Well,
so.
they missed out.
Yeah, I
they
agree.
did.
Yeah.
This will
Well,
be
now
fun.
it's going to catch on.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to want
Too late.
Too late. It's Adam.
I'm joking.
No, that's awesome. For all your screen printing needs, trust the local you can count on. Pyramid Printing has been a Coeur d'Alene favorite for over 2 decades.
specializing in screen printing, embroidery, signs, banners, and stickers. For all jobs, big and small, just give Eric a call.
Email us at info@pyramidprintingcda.com or give us a call at 208-664-0254.
pyramidprintingcda.com.
Ever feel like work and life are pulling you in opposite directions?
You are not alone. That's why we created Thrive, Learn, Connect, a podcast where personal growth meets professional success.
Each week, we share real conversations, insights, and actionable takeaways to help you navigate life and work with more ease, joy, and purpose.
Whether it's managing stress, building better relationships, or finding balance, we are here to help you thrive.
Listen to Thrive, Learn, Connect wherever you get your podcasts, because growth starts with connection.
When we first met you, we met you about a book that you had written, and it's all from your Hello from a Stranger. I don't remember the name of the book.
It was called The World I See.
The World I See.
Hello
right,
from a
right.
Stranger used to be called The World I See, yeah.
Right. And that has really taken off. And
Awesome.
I know you have some cool things upcoming with that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we actually have a second book that's coming out on it, and it's called An Introvert's Guide to Genuine Connection, and kind of all the lessons I've learned in 21 countries over the last 8 years of this project. So really big honor on that. And then we have an incredible team. Same camera guy that's always been with me, my little brother, Jack Wade, my best friend in the world. He's half of Hello from a Stranger. I couldn't do it without him. We have an incredible new producer that's out of London, and we put together a new show. And so we have a new trailer, and we have a new pilot, and a new mini documentary.
Nice.
And then we're using that to go out and pitch a show to, to other places, obviously. And then as a spin-off from that, we are actually going to be doing a show on Monday Night Dinners.
I love this.
Really cool. So Hello from a Stranger is just more of it's my whole story. It's my mental health. It's what really started the project. There's a lot of depth, but a lot of weight to it. It's a very dense, deep project. It's a beautiful project, of all of us and the lessons we've learned. But the Monday Night Dinner is just a very easy to understand, very fun, uplifting. Put me in a new city, country, place, anywhere in the world. Give me a week there. I'm going to walk around and do what I did in Coeur d'Alene. Meet strangers, have genuine connections with them, and then invite them to have dinner with me at the end of it, and then give them and have a Monday night dinner. We're going to work with local restaurants to be able to support them in their community, and then give them the Monday night dinner. And so all the strangers that I meet, it's a way for all them to connect with each other, to actually create lasting relationships once we leave.
Right.
And we're going to teach them and create the foundation of Monday night dinners and give them the dinner so that they can continue it on their own.
I love that. So you're going to take this whole concept and pass it on to other communities. They just
Spread the plate.
Yeah, just give it away.
Spread the plate. Is that what you said?
Yeah, like
I
dinner.
love that. Yeah.
Spread the plate.
Yeah, heck yeah.
You're so smart.
So I'm just...
Is that an eye roll?
I don't know. I just say funny things sometimes. I thought it was clever, but it's not exactly what I wanted.
I like
but
it.
It's all right. I'm
It's
like,
okay.
spread the dinner, but, put out the tablecloth, I don't know. There's something
I like
there.
that. That's going to be
I'll work on
that's
it.
going to be our new thing.
I'll call you when I got it.
Yeah, we'll trademark it first.
All
Make
right,
sure no
we'll
one takes
trademark
it.
it. I'll figure it out.
Let's spread the plate tonight. What
Where's
do you say?
Kristen when we do
Yeah,
that?
I
Come
know.
on.
And she'll be like, I'll produce it. That's Kristen. I'll do it. I'll do it.
We'll make it something.
Okay. Hey,
She'll have a T-shirt made in a week. Yeah.
exactly.
But right now, we have Monday night dinners in 5 states right now. So all the way from here to West Virginia. So we're actively always doing this also, always teaching communities here. It's all free, obviously. We always teach them how to do it. We tried to teach someone that was going to do it in Post Falls this year, but we learned a lot that kind of fell through. But, we're always open to teaching people how to do this and giving it away. And so as, I've done some more podcasts and stuff, they usually ask, like, how do we do this and stuff. So we're just trying to share it. And this has always been that anybody can do this. Again, it's not my thing. It's never been my thing. It's like, this is a community thing that the whole world needs. And so coolest of all, in September, we're going to Japan, which is one of the most isolated, declining populations and most disconnected ones. And so we're going there to spend about 10, 12 days in Japan, and we're going to teach and have a Monday night dinner in Japan and just see how it goes. We don't know, We're not trying to impose anything, but we're just trying to do Hello from a Stranger, but then create a format so that they can meet each other and just see what happens. I think it's going to be really beautiful.
I think that'll be great.
For being an introvert, you are very brave.
You're doing really well.
I know.
Thank you.
The fact that, going back to that original book, and the stories that accompanied the photos. You were a photojournalist, kind of, and out there just not just taking pictures, but then hearing people's stories. And so you're out there. You put yourself out there. It's pretty incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would say I get it from my mom. I 100% inspired by my mom. My mom has always said, Adam, you can be whatever, scared, you can be tired, you can be whatever, but you're not a victim. And also swallow your pride, go out, help the world. And she would always tell me during like my dark moments, like when I was really struggling with mental health, go volunteer, like go out there and like get out of your head. And it's really beautiful advice, but also a lot of times like I was just ruminating on my past and my heartbreak and all this kind of stuff. But when you go out there in the world, it's not about you anymore. It's about, and in that shared connection also, what I found is that because I'm more introverted, there's a lot of vulnerability. There's a lot of authenticity to it. I wasn't this charismatic host of like, because then it's like, it's hard to relate to that sometimes, and so there's like this real connection.
Disingenuous.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And when you approach a stranger in the world, you have a millisecond to be like, are you trying to sell me something?
Yeah.
Do you want something? Am I safe?
Where's that timeshare?
Yeah.
Exactly.
MLM, yeah. So it's like, there's just this like intuitive, beautiful thing that I learned is conveyed in that I could have never faked or scripted. It just is natural, I think, to be like, hey, I need this connection as much as you do also. So I think a lot of it's just swallowing your pride and just trying, putting yourself out there. So
I know a lot of those stories really hit home for me, but I think my favorite one, only because it really addresses the fact that you just put yourself out there and good things happen, was when you were in Salt Lake City and you went to the temple.
Oh my gosh.
And managed by some miracle to get into exactly where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Where you weren't supposed
by being
to be.
By being the fool. I think there's just something like very disarming about that, It's like I'm just like this, and it's honest, I'm just this like innocent fool that has no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just trying, I'm curious, and I think people see that and it disarms people. I think it just kind of opens them up.
Like, what is it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, I love that you bring up the word curious, because I think we need a lot more curiosity within our culture.
I agree.
I also saw that, were you doing a documentary or working with the survivors of World War II?
Yeah. That was my friend Austin Bishop's project, the Best Defense Foundation. And then last June, we took 50 World War II veterans back to Normandy for the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So the youngest guy we brought was 96 years old. I mean, it was one of the most incredible things ever in my entire life. Like, it couldn't even, there's nothing to ever top that power, and just to be there for them and to be able to, but I mean, incredible moments too, where we had Secret Service clearance and we're with all the presidents and the heads of states and having these genuine conversations. I mean, it's such a humble, because honestly, my grandfather was in the war, but like he would never talk about it. And so I always wanted to know more about, what their service was like. And these men were so courageous that they were incredibly vulnerable. And they were, going back to the cemetery for the first time to have closure for their friends that they haven't seen since D-Day, And these are just incredible men that came back from that and had to go back to work and not talk about it, and have kids. And it's like, these are incredible stories.
We don't share those emotions back then.
And these men are crying. I mean, beautiful 100-year-old men that are crying, it's incredible. So giving them a sense of closure also towards the end of their life.
So will that be a documentary or out there? Or?
That's Best Defense Foundation, and they are going on the 29th. So they're going at the end of, I'm not going with them this year, but they're going at the end of next week, because it's the 81st, a bit of a smaller project this year. But very incredible project, and it's called Best Defense Foundation. So
so you can find like the video. There's a video on like YouTube?
Yeah, they have a YouTube channel and a website, and that's a nonprofit also, and a really awesome guy, Donnie Edwards, that donates all of his time and ability to give everything back to the veterans to make sure they get closure towards the end of their life and to honor them, obviously. They also do it with Vietnam veterans, they do it with Pearl Harbor veterans, so incredible stuff that they do.
Just,
that's really
it's such a cool world.
It's a special time of the year where we want to celebrate our veterans.
Yes.
So.
Right, because
that's beautiful.
That's something to give up your life, or give the opportunity for your life to be over.
100%. And they were kids when they went.
Yeah.
They were kids. They were like 18 years old, Some of them lied on their draft papers. They were 16 years old. It's like, in D-Day. The boat opens, they're being shot at.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
So those are real heroes. right
Yeah,
there.
those are real
For sure.
heroes.
Greetings, listeners of the Allie and Callie Artcast podcast. This is Jason from Tubbs Coffee Roasters. Keeping art alive and culture relevant is the heart and soul of our community of creatives. And as a local coffee roaster who loves a good origin story of a painter or a farmer or a musician, we proudly support the Allie and Callie's Artcast podcast's expansion and exploration through positive conversation. So grab a cup of coffee, preferably one from Tubbs Coffee Roasters, and tune in, humans. Your ears will thank you.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about that Monday night dinners with some of the new art and culture related. So who do you have coming up on the 2nd?
Yeah, so great guy Sean Payne that is a part of Levity Theatre here, Levity Improv Theatre. So there will be our first off Monday night dinners. The name of this, it'll be off Monday night dinners, dinner and a show.
Love
and
it.
Again, it'll be dinner with strangers, same as Monday night dinners from 6 to 7:30, and then a show from 7:30 to 9. So our first one will be a full improv comedy show that I went and saw at the theater, and it is just one of the funniest, coolest things I've ever seen in my life. It's so different. Like I was saying, like a Whose Line Is It Anyway? But just the intelligence, like to be able to, because the audience tells you what to do and they throw out random ideas, and it's pure engagement with an active audience and stuff. So it's really, really cool. But they're also doing this Friday a murder mystery show at Levity Theatre, and I'll be going to that because we are going to hopefully have them do a murder mystery show also here too.
Fun.
So same thing, improv, a little bit more scripted as a murder mystery show, but
I've done
incredible.
a few of those. Ooh.
So cool.
They're fun. They're a little nerve-wracking.
But the audience gets to
They love it,
engage and change the show as they go. So I don't know how they do it.
Fun.
And the reflexes to be able to do it is incredible.
Yeah.
So
Right.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
So how do people find out how to come?
So really cool thing. Our first Monday night dinner this Monday, Memorial Day, May 26th, they are doing a 15-minute teaser. They're going to do a 15-minute show for the entire group that's coming.
Oh, nice.
To
Great.
let them see it, let them see what it's like, see how cool it is. And then we'll be doing a speech, obviously, about the next Monday. I would say tomorrow we'll be creating the event for it. And then we'll be doing the same promotion in the same ways that we promote the Monday night dinners for that. So that will be on all the off Mondays from the Monday night dinners. So May 26th, and then we'll be the original Monday night dinners, and then the next week, next Monday after that. Yeah, 7 days after.
Okay.
Right. So that's on Facebook.
That will be on Facebook. Yeah, the Monday night dinner is on Facebook, and it'll be through the same
And
page.
it's Monday Night Dinners.
Yeah.
It's the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Right.
Monday night dinners, yeah.
That's where you can catch it.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better name. I don't know.
I think that
off
works.
Monday night, no, I think it'll confuse some people, but we have a cool logo, and it says dinner and a show. And so I think once we do a few of them,
it'll
make
catch
more
on.
sense. Yeah.
Share the plate. I'm working on it. Share the plate. I'm still
Why didn't I
working on-
contact you? Why am I doing this stuff? God.
My brain's still. I only come up with titles and then I'm done. I'm a marketing whiz at titles. That's it.
There's an art to that. For sure.
There you
There
go.
is.
Anyway,
Reflex.
it's so exciting. So, what are your plans after all your Monday nights? What do you do on Tuesdays?
Yeah. What do you do on
I
Tuesday?
rest. I hibernate. I run out into the mountains and disappear for a while. I sit in my outside bathtub and don't
there
talk
you
to
go.
anybody. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, this will be testing because there's a lot. It helps to have it every other week, so we got a little space.
Right.
It is my backyard, so it's nice to have not something all the time.
break. Mm-hmm.
I like that it'll be smaller, but honestly, we're just going to have to see how this goes and just test it out. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really listening. A lot of people have asked for this for a long time, so I'm trying to be able to hold space, and there'll probably be some I won't be at because I'll need a little space for that, and that's fine. Volunteers will still be there and be able to help with that. So, and they'll be different. I think Murder Mystery Show will be bigger ones. I think stand-up comedy might be smaller, so.
Yeah.
But this is allowing people to have more of that intimacy that they've really missed.
Yeah.
So with the dinners.
And incorporating more art. I mean, you've always incorporated the music, but to be able to add in some of these other medias that maybe get a little ignored, like comedy and improv. We don't see a lot of that very often.
No.
So I think having
poetry,
Yeah.
storytelling.
Poetry, storytelling.
Yeah, and you were mentioning the storytelling. That fascinates me.
Oh,
I'm married to a
that.
storyteller, so that's what he does all his life.
Love it.
And so I think that's just something everyone should experience, a great storyteller.
100%.
I mean, it's just...
We could get Stu to tell his elephant story.
Oh,
It's
he
the
could.
best
Good. Heck yeah.
story.
I'm
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
Oh, he could do
I
it.
love
I like that I don't know
story.
it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a great
Context.
story.
No, it's a really good
And he's
story.
a
I'm guessing it involves an elephant at some point.
It
It
has
does
some
involve
elephants.
an elephant. The big elephant. The
big elephant.
Where's
Yeah.
the big elephant?
Who is the big
Yeah.
elephant? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's cool about like with the pivot idea is like just that it's a team of people also working intimately with the storytellers too. So it's not like just go up there and tell whatever story for 10, 12 minutes. They actually hear the stories, they curate the stories. They also offer a free speaking coach to anybody, very similar to the TED Talk ideas, where you can have a free speaking coach to help you kind of figure out how to deliver your
Get
story.
the rhythm and
So
everything.
all the stories will be really powerful and really beautiful. And the coolest of all is the first one will be June 30th. And they are going to, instead of starting all from scratch for the first, they're going to be using some of their top storytellers and
That have
best
already-
stories that have been told.
Yeah.
That's
to start us
awesome.
out. So June 30th will be
What a great
incredible.
idea, yeah.
Incredible.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Eric
Cool.
Woodward and his team, it's all them. It's really cool. Yeah.
Well, Adam, you never cease to amaze me.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing, and I love the humility that you bring to whatever you do.
I also want to mention you were one of the top 40, under 40 in Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah,
Oh,
that means a
not
lot.
surprised about that.
So we just want to mention we got a star in front
I
of us.
squeaked it in at 39 years old. I got it at the
Wasn't
buzzer.
too late. You made it. Woo!
At the buzzer. No, that was a huge honor. And,
Yeah.
as someone, again, that moved here without knowing anyone and
It's
just
so
really wanted to
great.
dig into this community, that was a big honor.
But that just shows you what an effect you've had on this community.
It means the world,
And not
yeah.
everyone, has the courage to, step outside of your comfort zone to make those connections. And really, what are we missing in this world right now? Good,
Connection.
positive connections. And we have a lot of negative, and we need more of the positive.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
So-
And I will always say, this isn't like... it's not like something I've solved and I'm I need these dinners as much as everyone else.
Right.
I still struggle with loneliness. I still struggle with this. These dinners mean every bit as much to me and the community as it means to everyone else. So
Right.
I'm incredibly honored to just be a part of it in whatever way that I can. And also begging the city to not shut us down. Let us keep going.
Right. Would they?
We will- I don't know.
Do
It's
they worry about size? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have 350 people at this one on
geez.
Monday. So it's right there.
Have
so
them hide. Hide
But
it.
we do everything. We are in always communication with them. We will obviously be
Good.
very respectful. We have parking figured out, clean up, noise, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
let us keep going.
It's almost like we need a big space
yeah.
where it could be
Yeah.
that would be donated.
Right.
That-
Well, McEwen was a great spot.
We've gone to we've gone to the city multiple times. We went there right after Live After 5. We asked for it. They said it was already taken. We talked to Bill quite a few times. Bill's
Yeah.
a wonderful guy. I love
Yeah.
Bill. But there's a lot of demand and timing. And then
Yeah.
Michael Kep, I love to death. He's
Yes.
a good friend of mine. He's doing Independence Park
Right.
now and the
Right.
McEwen Park. And I'm so happy someone is. But an idea like that eventually I think we'll have to do no matter what. So
Yeah.
let's keep growing.
So
Yeah.
as we grow, we'll look for a space
Yeah.
Yeah.
to share the plate. I'm working on it.
You're hired. Let's go. Come on. What do I got? You're my publicist now.
Well,
Let's
I'm
go. Come
working.
on.
There you go. Adam Schluter's publicist, Allie Kate.
Can I pay you in carrots? Come
Yeah.
on, dude. I got nothing.
Carrots and sparkling water. Yeah.
That's where we started.
Well, thanks, Adam. It's
My
always
pleasure.
a treat to talk to you.
Yes.
My pleasure. I appreciate you both so much.
Absolutely. Hello from a stranger.
Yeah.
And so many other great things that you're doing. So we'll see you on Monday.
I can't
Yes.
wait. Heck yeah. Bring that tri-tip. Well, you don't have to this Monday, but bring it at one dinner this summer.
It'll happen.
It'll be soon.
My mom taught me the guilt trip. Be careful, okay?
It's okay.
Where's my tri
I'm
tip?
good
on.
at guilt trips.
Growing up with a Catholic
Because
mom.
it's my husband's stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you both.
Awesome.
I'm Allie,
And I'm Callie. And whatever you do today, make sure it's creative.
and go find somebody to connect with.
The Allie and Callie Artcast is brought to you by Tubbs Coffee Roasters. ethically sourced, locally roasted coffee, and pyramid printing and embroidery, serving customers near and far for over 2 decades.